Right, to talk more about the EFF's planned march against Orania's existence, we're now joined by EFF Northern Cape chairperson Shedrack Hlaule. Shedrack, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Now, we understand you're forging ahead with your march to the Premier's office. Just talk us through the issues that you have with the continued existence of Orania.
No, thank you very much, and good evening to our viewers at home. As the Economic Freedom fighters, indeed, we agreed that despite the engagement we had with the Freedom Front Plus and the leadership of Orania, we are marching forward in our demand that we want to see government of South Africa under the leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa, informed or advised by the Northern Cape, sitting and engaging on all activities that needs to happen in South Africa, because our view and belief is that should we not engage each other on the issues that emanate as a result of Orania, South Africa will not be a country we deemed it to be. And we wish that South Africans will agree that what we are doing is not for our interest, but is for the interest of the people of South Africa, especially the generation after us.
Perhaps let's backtrack a bit here, Shedrack, and just tell us what exactly happened today. You met with EFF Plus as well as the leadership of the Orania movement. What were the issues that you wanted to discuss, and what was the reception?
We must appreciate that our meeting is not what South Africans expected, especially those who view the EFF as an organization that is unruly. And we can confirm that even the leadership of Freedom Front Plus and Orania appreciated the stance that we have taken, believing that we are an organization that is true to ourselves. We don't mix our words when we want to raise issues. And in that meeting, even though that we have not agreed on anything, but we have created or drafted a plan that from time to time we are going to meet, because of there is a possibility that at some point we will agree.
But take us, pardon me for interjecting, just in the interest of time, but just take us through the issues that you put forward. If now there's some sort of an agreement to work together, what were the issues that you proposed you guys need to resolve?
The issues that we have proposed and will continue to propose is that we want to see Orania as not a town owned or led only by white people. We want to see black and white people residing in that area as a family, as friends, as society, because we believe that segregation is what has destroyed this country. And we believe, having raised what we have raised with the community of Orania and its leadership, it's something that we must stand against and defend the interest and the sovereignty of this country. So in the meeting, in as much as we have raised all these issues that we have raised, it was also in line with the economy of this country, meaning that we can't have a society where the whites will continue to enjoy the wealth of this country and South Africans, especially black people, are not enjoying the wealth of this country. And we've pushed forward that the Freedom Front Plus or the whites in this country, they should have engaged from the onset, maybe the leadership of the EFF, because it is clear that at some point the EFF will lead this country, and we don't want that when we lead that country. At that point, it's only when the whites in South Africa, especially Freedom Front Plus, will want to engage the EFF, because that would not be an honest engagement. But if we do this now, at some point, South Africans will speak very good about the position of the EFF. You'll remember that the National Assembly resolved on land expropriation with compensation. That is against the policy position of the EFF of land expropriation without compensation. But we are saying we want to see if the Freedom Front Plus or those who own the means of production in South Africa are honest and true to themselves when they say that they are prepared to share the wealth of this country with us. The test is that we want Orania to be bought back by government of South Africa, in which when we buy it, it will be based on the resolution taken in the National Assembly of land expropriation with compensation, which is not our position, but we agree with what has transpired, and we want to test if the people of Orania, the whites in South Africa, will adhere to that. So
and what was their response?
They are honest.
What was their response today to some of those?
There are possibilities. What they are saying is that there are possibilities that we can speak and agree on this issue. But the only problem we're having is that we have a government or leadership of this government that is not decisive. I think that is the only problem facing South Africans. Should we have a leadership that will be very firm, those people of Orania, the people of South Africa, especially white people, will appreciate and promote what this government seeks to achieve.
So, Shadrack, are you saying that the people of Orania are now willing to abandon their position of a right to self-determination, which is something that they've always pushed forward? They've said if there's expropriation with compensation, they're willing to integrate or have maybe black counterparts come and live in Orania.
Self-determination is not an issue here. The issue is that the EFF is raising a fundamental issue, that we want black and white people living together. The fact that we went to a meeting and there's an agreement that there are possibilities that one day the people of South Africa will live together in any form, in any town. That's what we want to achieve. So in our view is that there's progress in this engagement. We shouldn't went to that meeting and think that we'll agree immediately. It's a first step that we have taken as the EFF, and it's yielding positive results because we don't want to see bloodshed in this country as a result of racial problems. We want to see white and black people living together. It has always been our position. So yes, what the people of Freedom Front have said, the Orania has said, is that there are that possibilities.
So now you're heading to the Premier's office and you're going to put this forward to say perhaps you need to buy that specific land in Orania.
It's our land, we want it.
All right. Shadrack, thank you very much for joining us this evening. That was EFF Northern Cape Secretary Shadrack Hlaule talking to us there about their planned march to the Northern Cape Premier's